Hello viewers, how are you? Hope you are fine. Welcome back to my channel Drawing Time with You Story. If you are new in my channel, I will introduce myself and my channel with you. I am Suraya Parveen, and in my channel I select an object or a thing to draw, and while drawing I will narrate a story or deliver some information or just gossip about the personal experiences with you. So don't be worried, you will not get bored because we will gossip together, we will draw together, and obviously we will enjoy together. As you saw, my today's topic was the wave, the ocean wave, and most importantly, I thought I should narrate you a story about the ocean wave. So when I searched in the Google, I saw that there was a Japanese drama. The name was the drama was Ocean Waves. So I will tell you the plot or the summary of that drama, and I took the information or the plot from the Wikipedia. So let's get started now. The series starts in this way that at Kyoto Station, Tokyo, Taku Muraisaki glimpses of familiar women on the platform, just opposite. Later, as his flight to Kochi Prefecture takes off, he narrates the events that brought her into his life. The story is told in flashback. In Kochi 2 years prior, Taku receives a call from his friend, Yutaka, asking to meet at their high school. He finds Yutaka at a window, watching an attractive female transfer student whom Yutaka was asked to show around. The boys discuss their upcoming school trip to Hawaii. At the school gates, Taku is introduced to the new girl, Rikako. She thanks Yutaka for providing directions to a bookstore. Taku teaches Yutaka about his infatuation. Rikako is academically gifted and good at sports too, but also she was very arrogant. Taku believes that she is unhappy about leaving Tokyo. His mother learns from gossip that a divorce brought Rikako's mother to Kochi. In a phone conversation with Yutaka, he discovers that Rikako is living away from the family house. The school year ends, heralding the Hawaii trip. Taku, suffering from an upset stomach, is stopped in the hotel lobby by Rikako. She explains that she has lost her money and asks to borrow some. As Taku has a part-time job, he lends her 60,000 yen. Promising to repay him, she warns not to tell anyone. As she departs, Taku sees a stunned Yutaka and feels compelled to explain. Later, Rikako admonishes him for telling Yutaka about the money, saying that he also loaned her 20,000 yen. Back in Kochi, the third year begins with Rikako making a friend, Yumi Kohama. Rikako has not returned Taku's money, and he wonders if she has forgotten. Out of the blue, a distant Yumi calls Taku, explaining that Rikako had tricked her into coming to the airport on the pretense of a concert trip, only to discover that their real destination is Tokyo. Tickets paid for with Taku's money. He races to the airport, sending Yumi home, saying that he will accompany Rikako. Upon arrival, it appears that Rikako has not forewarned her father, interrupting his planned trip with a girlfriend. Her father thanks Taku, repays the loan, and arranges a room at the Regency. Later, Rikako explains that when her parents were fighting, she had always sided with her father, but had now discovered he was not on her side. Comforting her, Taco offers his bed and attempts to sleep in the bathtub. The next morning, Rikako seems back to her normal self and kicks Taco out so that she can change clothes to meet a friend for lunch. Taco wanders around the city. After catching up on sleep at the hotel, Taco receives a call from Rikako, asking to be rescued from former boyfriend Okada, who is not as she remembered him. Returning home, Rikako ignores Taku, but doesn't hide from others that they spent a night together. Taku discovers this from Yutaka, who had earlier confronted Rikako to confess his feelings toward her, but had been rebuffed. Taku confronts Rikako in class for hurting his best friend, calling her the worst. She responds by slapping him, and he slaps her in return. The autumn school cultural festival arrives, and Rikako, who has been avoiding Yusakoi dance rehearsals, becomes more distant from the other girls, many of whom openly dislike her. Confronting her behind the school, Rikako stands firm as one girl, believing that Rikako was flirting with her boyfriend. Attempts to strike her but is held back. Taku, who has seen all, approaches Rikako and comments that he is impressed with the way she handled herself. She slaps him but runs away with regret. Yutaka confronts a somewhat stunned Taku, who tries to explain. Yutaka punches him to the ground, calling him an idiot, before walking away. None of the three talk to each other for the rest of the year. In the present, Taku's plane lands, and he is offered a lift home by Yutaka, who explains he punched him because he would realized Taku had held back his feelings for his sake. At a class reunion, former student president Shimizu mentions she had met Rikako earlier. She explains that as Rikako was attending Koachi University, she had flown to Tokyo for her school break, missing the reunion. Taku realizes that Rikako was the woman he would seen at the station. Walking home, Yumi tells Taku that she too had met Rikako, explaining she could not make it to the reunion and that she wanted to meet someone but would not say who, just that he slept in bathtubs. In Tokyo, Taku again sees Rikako across the platforms, but this time runs to find her. As the train pulls away, he finds Rikako and realizes that he had always been in love with her. So as you heard that it was a very sweet love story. I think it maybe happened in the school or college going students. So we were listening to a story about ocean waves, but what do you mean? What do you want to know that what is waves? In physics, mathematics, and related fields, a wave is a propagating dynamic disturbance, change from equilibrium, of one or more quantities, sometimes as described by a wave equation. In physical waves, at least two field quantities in the wave medium are involved. Waves can be periodic, in which case whose quantities oscillate repeatedly about an equilibrium value at some frequency. When the entire waveform moves in one direction, it is said to be a traveling wave. By contrast, a pair of superimposed periodic waves traveling in opposite directions makes a standing wave. In a standing wave, the amplitude of vibration has nulls at some positions where the wave amplitude appears smaller or even zero. The types of waves most commonly studied in classical physics are mechanical and electromagnetic. In a mechanical wave, stress and strain fields oscillate about a mechanical equilibrium. A mechanical wave is a local deformation in some physical medium that propagates from particle to particle by creating local stresses that cause strain in neighboring particles too. For example, sound waves are variations of the local pressure and particle motion that propagate through the medium. Other examples of mechanical waves are seismic waves, gravity waves, surface waves, sting vibration, standing waves, and verticals. In an electromagnetic wave can travel through a vacuum and through some dielectric media such as at wavelengths where they are considered transparent. Electromagnetic waves, according to their frequencies or wavelengths, have more specific designations, including radio waves, infrared radiation, visible light, ultraviolet radiation, X-rays, and gamma rays. Mechanical and electromagnetic waves transfer energy, momentum, and information, but they don't transfer particles in the medium. In mathematics and electronics, waves are studied as signals. On the other hand, some waves have envelopes which don't move at all, such as standing wave, which are fundamental to music, and hydraulic jumps. Some, like the probability waves of quantum mechanics, may be completely static. A physical wave is almost always confined to some finite region of space, called its domain. For example, the seismic waves generated by earthquakes are significant only in the interior and surface of the planet, so they can be ignored outside it. However, waves with infinite domain that extend over the whole space are commonly studied in mathematics and are very valuable tools for understanding physical waves in infinite domains. A plane wave is an important mathematical idealization where the disturbance is identical along any finite plane normal to a specific direction of a travel. Mathematically, the simplest wave is a sinusoidal plane wave in which at any point the field experiences simple harmonic motion at one frequency. So I thought that I tried my best to deliver some information about the waves too. Hope to see you soon with a new drawing and with a brand new story or a new theme. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay with Drawing Time with Story. Bye.